Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction with the ghost and our little dragon, Lucifer, and we're here with the season 1 finale.
I can't believe it's the finale already.
Of House of the Dragon. It's quick.
It went by really fast.
It really did. This is episode 10, like I said, The Black Queen, the title. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Who's the Black Queen?
Are they referring
to Rhaenyra?
But she's technically not a queen at all.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be crowned.
Are they talking about the girl that came in on the dragon? I can't remember think of her name.
The queen that never was?
Yeah. Are they talking about Alicent?
Interesting.
There's three possibilities.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm ready to see what happens.
I'm ready to see Rhaenyra's reaction to
she better find out
her brother being all just very quickly put in as king.
Yeah, like super fast. And
then the ending in the last episode.
And the timing was so I mean, she came out from the ground of the dragon, yes, and she could have Dracarys but did not.
How did she not get hurt?
At all coming out of the ground?
Yeah. Because she's right there on the top. You know?
Plot armor. She can't get hurt. Not right now, at least. She's going to die at some point, which I honestly thought, there's been a couple times thinking, this character isn't long for this world, but she continues to keep popping up. So I'm thinking, I don't think she's ever going to die. Well, she'll probably, eventually she'll die. Eventually all of them will. But see, it's perfect timing because Otto was waiting for Viserys to die to go, let's scheme it up, because we've been scheming, because Alicent's like, what are you talking about? Because she's like, you guys been secretly behind the backs of my husband and me, plotting to put my son up on the throne. Like, why are you complaining that much? Are you just shocked that it didn't inform you or let you in on the secret?
The whole council wanted to kill Rhaenyra, but she's like, no. It's not what the king would have wanted.
And then freaking Sir Kristen slammed that guy's head for standing up and saying, you guys were scheming and plotting and everything. Viserys did this. I knew him longer than all of you, and sit down, bam.
Yeah. I'm excited to get into this episode.
Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get into it now. Let's check it out, and let's see what happens, and then we'll probably have a lot to talk about. That's the final episode. Let's
go.
Green stick before the ship even leaves the harbor. I'll just ruin everything.
We don't choose our destiny, Luke. It chooses us.
Exactly.
It's not letting you choose whether you be his heir.
You didn't want it.
I was 4 and 10. Same as you are now.
14.
Okay. I was like, what?
It's not your inheritance anymore.
Not like you. In what way?
Not so. Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback.
Rhaenys, that's her name.
She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Oh, shit.
So your father's dead?
Yeah, not wasting any time. Just getting right to it.
There is more.
Yep.
Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
Shit.
How did Lucerys die?
In a sleep.
I could not say.
Kinda? I don't know.
How long ago? I refused her.
And yet you are alive.
You should have seen how she got
escaped.
That whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have done more, friend.
Yes.
A war is like to be fought over. The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra.
Yes, they are.
And for your children.
This should not be happening.
It is fucking happening.
Tell him.
Keep your head about
You tell him.
Your grandsire, King Viserys, has passed.
Viserys?
The Greens have repudiated the succession.
I think he's the oldest.
It seems like it, yeah.
Mother has decreed no action be taken while she's abed.
I shall sit down.
Summons to Stefan.
I think God are needed on the ground.
He's not listening.
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown.
Choose wisely. Choose what you're gonna do.
His dragon looks so weird.
Swear anew your oath to Rhaenyra as your queen.
Swear an oath. Just do it.
You swear fealty now, only to later turn your cloaks.
Exactly. It'd be worse.
She's
Know that
struggling.
you will die.
Wow. Baby's not crying.
Oh shit. Dude.
Really?
Dude.
They did say she didn't carry a term.
Yeah, I wonder how far along she was. Just wasn't meant to be. How many kids did she have? Like 4 or something?
4, I
yeah.
think. Didn't she have a set of twins or something? She had 2 blonde-haired kids, I thought.
From him. I think. Is he the one who ran away?
His crown.
I swear to ward the Queen
Whoa.
with all my strength.
Whoa.
My queen.
Okay. I'm down.
Come on now. So it's like their own council type thing? Or?
Yeah. That's
That's
cool.
the table he was looking at.
Yeah. She's
Your
choosing
Grace.
not to.
What is our standing?
We have 30 knights, 100 crossbow men, and 300 men-at-arms.
The Vale will not turn cloak against their own kin.
River
Buff
Run
it
was
up.
always a close friend to your father, Your Grace.
There has never lived a Stark who forgot an oath, and with House Stark, the North will follow.
Lord Boros
'Cause they
Baratheon
did.
will be reminded of his father's promises.
Lord Cooler sails for Dragonstone.
To declare for his queen.
Hopefully.
The Greens have dragons.
They have
as
3
well.
adults, by my count.
But none of our dragons have been to war.
There are also unclaimed dragons. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark, Vermithor and Silverwind. Surround King's Landing with the dragons, and we could have every greenhead mounted on spikes before the fucking moon turns.
Your Grace.
Okay.
Looks like him.
That's Otto. Jesus.
Where is the princess?
Queen now.
There.
Oh. Closing them in so they can't leave.
What's your message?
Yeah, what's your message?
Princess Rhaenyra
Queen.
I'm Queen Rhaenyra now.
is offering terms.
Terms.
Acknowledge Aegon as king and swear obeisance before the
No.
Iron. Your sons by Prince Daemon will also be given places of high honor at court. Aegon the Younger as the king's squire.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups for your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
Oh!
Targaryen
Stark, Tully, and Baratheon all swore to me.
Mm-hmm.
When King Viserys named me his heir, you're on no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
Dude!
Yes. Shove him off the ledge.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other.
No. Don't fall for it.
Need be spilled.
Dude, let's go.
Bring me Lord Hightower so I may
The
take the pleasure
Grand Maester.
myself.
Yeah. It's like...
I think a part of her doesn't want to fight.
But she has to.
She has to, but I feel like part of her just...
King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow. I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone.
Are you considering the High Tower's
That's
terms,
exactly
Your
what
Grace?
Daenerys said.
As queen, what is my
Was
true
it?
duty
I think.
to the realm?
You think? You think?
She needs to. Put him in his place.
Does the promise of war excite you?
You cannot bend
Yeah.
the knee to the High Towers. They stole your birth.
You know who you
If you
married.
could
Yeah.
take the Iron Throne, become in war against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
I never told you.
No. Didn't trust him to tell him.
Does he?
So your brother's dead. He couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I've had men whipped. I understand you have a new king.
A stranger casts a long
Yeah.
shadow over this family. Your brother is also dead.
Wait till you find out who did it.
Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
Mm-hmm. Everyone else was just gonna fight.
Yeah.
Especially Daemon.
Aren't they supposed to marry each other?
I think so. Yeah, it looked...
I feel like I remember
Yeah.
them saying that.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark.
Hope is the fool's ally. This Hightower treason cannot stand.
Exactly.
You have the
stand
full
with her.
support of our fleet and house.
Yeah! Let's go!
You do not mean to act.
Taking caution does not mean standing fast. I wish to know who my allies are.
We can cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
Well, that would suck.
I'll take Maylis and patrol the gallop myself.
Wow.
And then to Winterfell, to treat with Lord Cragen Stark for the support of the North.
Starks.
The cost of breaking them.
Their heads.
Their heads.
They both look so
Cragen
young to be
Stark
doing this.
Yeah,
is...
they're too young for this.
You'll be honoured to host a prince of the realm.
One's a little smaller.
Oh, another dragon.
Is there a dragon in front of him? Oh my god. It's a big boy. My
That's a,
goodness.
yeah.
How do they know where to land?
Yeah, Yeah, because when you have a dragon, that's gonna hard to do that.
Ooh.
The one who lost the eye? Oh fuck.
Prince Lucerys Valarian.
God damn.
And he's by himself.
Loboros.
Could he not read it? I guess not.
I mean, I don't think everybody back in that time could read.
Remind me of my father's oath.
Fuck.
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
I don't like
Mm.
this.
No.
Challenge. I plan to make a gift of it to my mother.
This was settled years ago.
Not really.
No.
Get out of there. Go. Get out. I don't like that it's thunderstorming.
No.
I don't like it. Oh shit. Oh. Jesus.
Stay low and he won't be able to see you.
Stay low. Oh.
Cleared up pretty fast.
Yeah. Oh! Oh shit! What? No! Are you fucking kidding me? You
Oh
got-
my god.
that was not the debt he owed. That is fucked up.
God.
She almost fell. She's going to war.
She has
It's
to.
happening right now. So that just happened. I think his name was Lucerys, Luke, whatever. That was fucked up. He was not there to fight. He wasn't there to really do anything besides deliver a message. And lo and behold, Aemond is there. Of course he's there.
Of course he's there.
The dragon differences, their sizes was ridiculous.
Huge. And I think if Luke wouldn't have started by his dragon,
Dracarys.
Fire.
Yeah, because as you can tell, he didn't yell Dracarys. The dragon just did it.
Yeah.
So that pretty much tells me, well, actually, watching that, there's two things. Number one, they both weren't controlling their dragons. Ultimately, once the fire came out,
They were both telling him that you
Yeah.
served me.
yeah, you served me, and then you also see on his face at the end, realizing that he just killed his nephew. I think they're also something else related. Anyways, nephew, and he didn't want that to happen. At least I don't think he did, because all he wanted was his eye.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be bad as soon as we saw his dragon. I'm like, but see, I didn't think that we were gonna kill him off.
No, I don't think he was gonna die.
But then again, the opening scene of this episode had him talking to his mom, and then he was one of the very eager. He was the first one to say, "I swear it on that book for this." You know, like,
Yeah.
Man. Now, she's not gonna be level-headed anymore.
She's ready. She's gonna be ready to fight.
They made a point. Rhaenys, I think that's her name, the queen that never was.
Yeah.
She made a point to say that everyone else, including Daemon, especially Daemon, wants to go to war, wants to throw swords, go crazy.
But she's keeping it calm.
She's the one holding it all together before war just breaks out between everything. But now, it's off the table. It's done. Now, they're going to go to war with dragons. The whole thing of the book up there, A Dance with Dragons, the Dance with Dragons, or the Dance of the Dragons, where the Targaryens fighting each other, it's now starting. This is it. This is the turning point of where it's a full-out war.
Now, Damon mentioned about there's dragons that weren't claimed yet.
Yeah,
Is the dragon that he went to go see, is that one of them that was not claimed? Because it looked like it could have been the same size as the one that Aemond has.
Roughly. I mean, that thing was giant. And he was going up there singing to it. And he made a point to point out, we have this dragon, this. Like, they have dragons. We have this dragon, this. There's all these other dragons we could claim. There's other dragons who don't have riders.
Yep.
Blah, blah. There's wild dragons. So, yes. And so, but then she says something that Daenerys said in Game of Thrones. Something similar. I don't want to be the ruler of ashes. Which ultimately she became because she burned down fucking King's Landing. And so Rhaenyra's like, we're not going to go to King's Landing with a bunch of dragons and burn everything. Well, Daenerys does that, so you don't have to. But I get her point. Because you go in there with a bunch of dragons, guess what? They're going to burn every fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's be bad. See, we have this dragon here, and she's not very good at listening either when we tell her Dracarys. Oh, well. This episode was more about setting up the...
Figuring out who our allies are.
Yeah, like, who's on whose side here. And right away, Rhaenys shows up, and she's like, oh, by the way, your dad's dead. Aegon's king. And I'm not bending the knee, because I really can't do that, but I'm not choosing sides. But then her husband, the Sea Snake, he's been gone for all these years. He goes and I guess he decides, because he told her when he was laying there, he wasn't going to bend the knee to anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be involved at all. But then he realized Rhaenyra, like, all this stuff occurred, even though your brother did get killed by Daemon. All this stuff has occurred. Otto Hightower did this huge betrayal because he was around. Or no, he was around. He knew that everyone basically swore an oath to Rhaenyra.
Including him.
Yeah.
Including the Hightowers.
So, yeah, that was a good point, too, that all these people swore an oath. Also, the Hightower swore an oath, and look what happened there. As soon as your father died, even Daemon said that they slain Viserys. I don't think they killed him. I think he just died naturally. He finally...
He looked awful.
His body just gave out.
Yeah.
And it was the worst timing ever. If Rhaenyra was still in King's Landing with everybody and they had not left Viserys' side, there's no way...
It would have been different.
Yeah, I think it would have been more bloody. I think Hightower probably would have sent soldiers to try to kill them.
Yeah.
All of them. But then that word would have gotten out. Because you can't hide anything truly in King's Landing.
No.
I mean, that had that whole thing with Daemon's former woman, the White Worm, who got information. She found out about Viserys' death before it was publicly known.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, it was all about the political side of things. And I like that whole scene with the brother who left in the last episode, who just walked away when all the fighting was going down with trying to get Aegon back or whatever, because he had ran away.
He came and joined the queen.
And he got Viserys' crown. He stole that thing.
It was nice.
And then they swore an oath right there. I like that little moment, too, when she's walking into the room with the crown for the first time, their little chamber room or whatever, and she took a step, and the soldiers all took a step with her, and she's like,
calm down.
Just stop. Just calm down. How did you feel about Daemon's choking scene with her?
Wasn't a fan. Not at all.
Then again, this is the same guy who's done some really shady shit.
Killed his first wife.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what he did to provoke that horse to fall back, but he did grab that rock. So he's still technically...
He killed her.
Yeah, because she was paralyzed, but she wasn't dead.
I mean, he married his second wife.
Yep.
Didn't love her.
Yep.
She killed herself.
Mm-hmm.
So it saved him some trouble. I mean, he's got an angry side to him for sure. And he wants it his way. And I think he's acting out now because Rhaenyra is not technically queen. Because as soon as she becomes queen, it makes him king. Since they're married.
Yeah. And I think, too, it's going to be to where if that was to happen, it'd be really hard for him to, like, follow her orders. Because we're seeing right now where while she's, like, struggling trying to give birth, screaming as he's trying to give orders, it's awkward. And even though
she even yelled for him, and he did nothing.
Yeah, her son comes in and says, my mom says not do anything, and he keeps telling people to do stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because Daemon's like, he just wants to do his own thing. And I think Rhaenyra knows that to an extent, because that's all he's done her whole life is do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But now she's like, they're calling me queen. I was the one that was given the heir title of the throne. You can't just do whatever you want. But now she's going to listen to Daemon, because now she's pissed. It's over. Scratch. Is she kicking?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for Rhaenyra during this episode. First, she finds out her father's dead. Mm-hmm. And then she goes into labor.
Triggers the labor.
Yeah, her grief triggers the labor.
Mm-hmm.
Her baby dies. So she has to bury or, I guess, burn her baby. Because that's what they did. And at the very end of her episode, her second son dies. Or is murdered by her brother.
Brutal.
It's awful.
And then Otto Hightower shows up after saying in the last episode he wanted people to go in to straight up murder all of them in Dragonstone. And so he shows up with a bunch of soldiers, including the other brother.
Yep.
And they're both opposite sides. That was a cool moment there. But he shows up and he's like, Aegon has he has terms. Well, okay.
They're not Aegon's turns. They're your turns.
I feel like it's him and Alicent's terms, and Aegon's like, whatever.
They're the Hightower's terms.
Yeah, exactly. Because Aegon...
He doesn't want this.
He started to embrace it a little bit, but now I think he's like scared. Because...
I would be scared.
He was about to die. Because, you know... And we were wanting this too. Why didn't Rhaenys yell Dracarys at that moment when she had the dragon right in their face?
It would have been too easy.
But it's not her war. Because even though... You know, her and her husband did pledge loyalty to Rhaenyra. Of course, her husband was on the council, the Master of Ships, back when Viserys was really in, like, at the peak of, I guess, the peak of his rule. It still technically is not their war. It'd be different if it was Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra would have burned all of them, I think. Who cares about your brothers and your used to be best friend? And also, him bringing that little piece of paper to remind...
I know.
He's
like, you guys used to be best friends, and Alicent wants you to remind you of that.
No.
Your friendship means nothing.
No, not anymore. Because Alicent went along with the whole thing about getting her son. She knew what Viserys did in the first episode, get everyone to bend the knee to the new heir of the throne, Rhaenyra. And then as soon as Viserys dies, instead of going... She even asked, what about Rhaenyra? It's like, well, we got to kill all of them. It's like, Dad? But then she's like, well, you all conspired? Okay, I guess we'll go with it. Aegon, my son. Because we saw moments in previous episodes where she was like, you know, you are in the way of Rhaenyra for the Iron Throne. You are, like, even though she's the heir, you are in her way. You are a threat to her rule. And it's like, with things like that, it's like, of course you're not going to actually... allow Rhaenyra on the Iron Throne, because this is a perfect opportunity. She ain't there. No one can stop you.
I'm
ready for season 2.
I'm happy that season 1's over with. We have a little break on our Sunday evenings, but I'm ready for season 2, especially after that ending, because Rhaenyra's ready to murder some people.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some bloodshed. Oh boy,
I'm ready to see some Hightowers die.
Hightowers? I really hope Otto Hightower's death is satisfying.
She even took his pin off his jacket and threw it. I didn't know what she was gonna do when she walked. Like, she gonna slap him? Like, no. She took his hand pin.
That was even better.
I loved it.
That was better than hitting him in the face. Didn't
even keep it with her. She threw it off the ledge.
Yeah, as you should. Dracarys?
Yeah, I was trying to stop that.
Dracarys? You're in the shot. Dracarys? Can you Dracarys for me? No, you're not gonna Dracarys for me. Don't Dracarys in my face. But yeah, that was a great moment. And then of course, they all pulled their swords out, and at the last minute, Rhaenyra's like, "No,
you'll get my answer on the morrow."
And
the morrow is
was that the same day they sent her sons out? I think.
It's hard to tell.
I think it was the same day. But now...
But at the same time, the queen that never was had to have time to go back.
Yeah.
And bring them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it had been a day. But I don't...
Well, now we know the answer. And now we also know Baratheon, that guy, he said no.
And that's the one that she said would be most inviting.
And I think the reason why is because literally Aemon got there beforehand and offered, I was going to marry one of your daughters. That's why he was staying with that girl.
Yeah.
Because Aegon's married to his sister. Aemon does not have a betrothed. So now he does.
Yeah.
Even though, trust me, that girl, get out. Don't be with him. He's horrible. You know, just saying. But I'm now more excited. Because now, with one of the sons dying on her end, I think we're going to see more of the kids take a role. Because now they're all in danger. Because let's be honest, Daemon's kids, from his second wife, didn't really appear much. So I feel like they're all in danger.
And I wonder who the one sister's going to marry now.
Oh yeah, because that's going to be one of those things allying, you know what I'm saying? Because they made a point for him to go, well, which one of my daughters are you going to marry? So they're going to
Somebody's going to have a son that she can marry.
Yep.
That's
Can I
gonna
help
be
you?
important.
Can I help you? I don't know what you were doing. You were sleeping. You were perfectly fine. But anyways, final thoughts before we wrap this thing up and call it a season. Call it a season. I think we pretty much covered everything. It's been a great season. Thank you guys so much for watching our videos, and we're gonna patiently wait for season 2 trailers and casting and all this, and we'll be here
Waiting,
suffering through this damn show because it's brutal. Ain't that right? Anyways, we're gonna go. Dracarys. We'll try a trainer for season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will talk to you guys soon. Peace.